My name is Louise and I'm the Customer Service Manager at Wonderland Consulting, an Australian migration agency based in Perth. In this video, I'll be talking about the common reasons that Australian parent visas are refused or cancelled and what you can do next. There's nothing worse than spending lots of your time, effort and money submitting an Australian parent visa only to learn it's been refused or cancelled. It's important to let you know that the Australian government has adopted a stricter approach to granting visas, and the Department of Immigration, Border and Protection, or DIBP, scrutinises every individual application. Thus, it's recommended for applicants to submit their applications with the help of a registered migration agent. Wonderland Consulting is led by our registered migration agent, Mrs. Inda Melindasari. Our MAN is 0961 448. We will gladly assist and ensure that the evidence and information supplied is correct for the respective parent visa, increasing the likelihood of you as a parent or your parents to live together as a family in Australia. We've handled many cases of Australian parent visas, and in order to avoid visa refusals or cancellations happening to you or your parents, I'd like to explain the most common reasons for parent visa applications getting refused or cancelled. Uninformed decisions, which leads to insufficient evidence for visa application. An applicant who submits their application without asking for professional advice from a migration agent tends to provide insufficient evidence for their visa application. By consulting a registered migration agent, you'll be guided through your visa application so you'll be able to provide sufficient evidence for your case. Failure to meet the balance of family test. The parent must have at least half or more of their children live permanently in Australia. Less than that, and there's a great chance your visa application will be refused. Failure to show financial capacity. Australia is one of the most expensive countries in the world, so the Department of Immigration and Border Protection wants you to prove that you're financially sound to support yourself in the first 2 years of living in Australia, or you may be faced with a visa refusal. Incomplete or falsified evidence or information. All documents which you submit are checked thoroughly, so don't ever consider to submit bogus or altered documents. If you're unable to show consistencies with your submitted paperwork and evidence, your application might be refused. Failure to satisfy medical or character requirements. A visa application may be denied if the applicant has major health issues or is associated with an organisation involved in criminal conduct, or sponsor fails to meet their requirements. Just like the applicant, the sponsor, which may be you in the case where you're sponsoring your parents, the sponsor must meet the requirements to be able to sponsor an applicant for the parent visa. If you are unfortunately one of those whose visa got refused or cancelled, do not worry. Australian migration laws give you some options to re-represent your case in different ways. In many cases, applicants whose visa once got refused or cancelled got their visa in the same subclass or a different subclass. The possibilities depend on the individual circumstances, but the opportunity is always available. So what's your option? Your first option is to apply to the Migration Review Tribunal, or MRT, and appeal your case. If an applicant feels the case officer has unfairly judged their application, where in fact the applicant had met all the requirements, then applying to the MRT is the best option for you. Keep in mind that only a few refusal cases are available to be appealed, and you need to prepare and present your case very thoroughly, which means you will need the help from a registered Australian migration agent who understands how Australian migration laws work. Your other option is to make another visa application. In most cases, this is the best option an applicant can take. Most of the time, visa refusals happen because they present their case and paperwork poorly, which is all rooted from the decision to submit their visa application without getting professional advice from someone who's experienced in and understands how Australian migration law works. We can provide you with advice about your future prospects. You can lodge the same visa or a different visa based on your eligibility, circumstance, and the reason for the previous visa rejection. We at Wonderland Consulting have extensive experience in handling migration cases and are happy to provide you with a first-class service to help your visa refusal or cancellation case. If you're currently concerned about your chance of migrating to Australia, or you're worried that your application might get refused or cancelled, why not give us a call today? Let us take a look at your case by calling us on our phone number, or send your question to our email address, which will be displayed on the screen. team will gladly assist you in your visa refusal or cancellation case and help you decide what action you should take. We look forward to hearing from you soon.